Welcome back. It's time to escape to the action at Seminole Casino Hotel Immokalee. It is Vegas style 24/7, because just like Vegas, Seminole Casino Hotel, it never closes. It is pure entertainment anytime you want, and it is truly where paradise wins.
Helping to bring dreams and miracles together, that is the goal of Family Source Consultants. They're a local surrogacy and egg donation agency. Here to tell us more about what they are able to do for families is Juliana Metzner of Family Source Consultants, and also Dr. Mark Trollis, Director of Fertility Care. Good morning.
Good morning.
So great to have you both on this morning.
Wonderful being here.
We're talking about making dreams come true for families, and it is truly something that you guys can do and make happen. Juliana, kind of give us the background on Family Source Consultants and how you can make those dreams come true for families.
Absolutely. We have families that come to us that they've been struggling with infertility.
Yeah.
So we offer them an opportunity to have children. And, you know, a lot of people struggle with fertility.
Infertility. So
right. It's pretty amazing to get to be able to help them have children.
So do we know what the statistics are? I know there's a pretty high rate of fertility. Do we know what the numbers are like?
Oh my gosh, the fertility prevalence is about 1 in 8 couples in the reproductive years.
Wow.
It's phenomenal. You're dealing with 6 to 7 million people in this country. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows somebody who's had some struggle. And women are devastated, and couples are devastated. It's a problem, but it's also secretive. Mm-hmm. Not everybody wants to talk about it. But it's a silent, severe pain for these women.
Well, and you mentioned how devastating it can be. There is an emotional challenge that goes along with it. Explain that a little bit and why maybe people don't want to talk about it.
I think, Stephanie, it cuts to the heart of a woman's life. Mm-hmm. Every woman, when they're younger, or many women, of course, want to grow up and be a mom. And when they meet their soulmate, you think that the next thing is a family.
Yeah.
And when that's a challenge, it cuts to the fabric of their existence. Mm-hmm. They feel vulnerable, isolated, withdrawn. They question their femininity. Men question their masculinity. It's a natural process, and they're really kicked in the gut because they never thought they would have a problem like this. They feel well, they feel healthy, and this is something that they can't label. Mm-hmm. And you know, interestingly, 40% of the time, it's a male problem.
Oh, really?
And 40% of the time it's a female problem, so it's really equal. And then 20% is unexplained. But we should never underestimate the impact this is having on a couple's life.
Well, I was going to say, and you can imagine the strain that it also can put on a relationship as well. But Juliana, it starts with medical screening, right? That's kind of how the top of the things. How does that work, and what kind of screening do you have to go through in order for you guys to be able to help families?
Well, everyone goes through a psychological evaluation. Make sure that everyone involved knows what's going to happen, especially the surrogate. And we want to make sure that the surrogate is as healthy as possible.
And kind of explain surrogate for people who don't know what that is.
Sure. We have gestational surrogates. What it is they carry the child for the couple, but they're not genetically related to the child. So they're there for them to, you know, help them bring this baby into the world. Mm-hmm.
And what are the success rates for the surrogate and egg donation?
Well, I was going to add that there's actually 2 different types of surrogacy. Mm-hmm. There's traditional surrogacy, and then there's IVF, or in vitro fertilization surrogacy. And traditional surrogacy is where the woman is actually inseminated with sperm, and she carries the pregnancy. So she is biologically related to the child. And a lot of men and couples sort of shy away from that option, but it is a viable option. IVF surrogacy is where you have third-party reproduction. You have an egg donor, and then you have the sperm donor, and then you have the woman carrying. So there's less of a connection there. So statistics are really always going to be based on predominantly the age of the woman's eggs. So when you look at statistics, it's really a question of what's the statistics of egg donation. And with egg donation across the country, you're dealing with about a 55% live birth rate. And other factors, of course, may be involved, but you're seeing great success with egg donation. So you're dealing with egg donation and surrogacy. And as long as, you know, how do we screen for a surrogate medically? We really want to ensure that she has a normal uterus and that she also has had a prior live birth. And screening is really basically you do the hormonal screen, prenatal screens, just to make sure that she's as optimal as possible prior to proceeding.
We've got just a little less than 30 seconds left here. Who's the right candidate? Who are you looking for?
We look for women that are between the ages of 21 and 40, and overall healthy, no, major diseases, responsible people, because it is very time consuming. There's a lot of doctor's appointments, and each surrogate has to have at least one child and be raising that child. Okay, so you can learn, I assume, a lot more on the website as well. Absolutely. If we didn't get to that today, FamilySourceSurrogacy.com, as well as call the number that was on your screen there. So there is good news, I mean, there's options out there, a lot happening in medical advancement, so we sure appreciate what you guys can do for families. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Our pleasure, Stephanie. Thank you.
Again, check out their website, and you can always check out ours for more as well. But for now, we'll go ahead and send it over to Carly.
All right, up next, a local community focused on keeping their residents feeling their best by eating healthy. Stay with us.